Welcome to Byron Bay, the alternative capital of Australia, where so many of the caravan parks do not recycle. Glass, so much alcohol in the bin. Plastics, Coke bottles, so many milk bottles in the bin. Papers in the bin. Alternative capital leading from the front. Please, let's do it. Let's find a way. These big caravan parks, I know about these specifically. I'm living in a few of them. They make us move from month to month, and the ones that I've been in do not have it. There's so many people coming through Byron, so many people particularly drinking beer, and all these things could be recycled very, very easily. We need for this to happen around the world. If we can't do it in Byron, where we're green politically, where we're environmentalists philosophically, where we're supposed to be activists physically, we're not doing it. I think it's really important feedback from a lot of travellers. They're shocked that we don't do it. Yeah. Let's do it. How? Feedback, please.
So with regard to recycling, I live in a suburban situation at the moment, and household deal is quite good. We get 2 bins. We're quite particular about what we do. We have a compost bin in the backyard. So for the households around here, the service is pretty good. But your caravan parks, I would suggest that you go to the people that are managing the whole deal, and I would rather than go to individual caravan parks, go to the council, which is one authority that's responsible, but also approach the garbage contractors here. My impression is that they are fairly enlightened and go to quite a lot of trouble to enable recycling. But yeah, talk to them about perhaps putting them and the council putting pressure on the caravan parks and the businesses. Yes, they're busy because they're businesses, so they tend to overlook the idea of taking responsibility for their rubbish. Yeah.
Perhaps some inspiration to help motivate small businesses to get back in touch with reasons for recycling. Provide some positive feedback on changes that have come around due to recycling efforts that have been made, and reaffirm a bit more of an ingrained passion for people for the environment, to re-inspire our people to recycle. Such a simple thing which with a few distractions we can forget. Lots of people are guilty of it, not necessarily bad people. Just need a reminder, perhaps.
I think in these times, like the times of having to redesign how we're dealing with energy and how we're dealing with the planet, it's good to come up with bright ideas and encourage people to be creative in ways to create businesses that will actually support it. Recycling is one, but there's many others. But to actually encourage creative development in business. It's not necessarily large business, but either small things, pocket money for young people. You know, have a group of kids that get together, maybe there's half a dozen of them, and they've got a racket, if you like to put it that way, or a scam, or a design whereby they can, they can make sure there's no glass left around town, and they get so much for it. I've worked in some places overseas where, you can do a contract with a group of shops or a group of businesses where they provide a service, and then they pay you something, and you also get something if you're taking those things away and recycling them. So there's a double-sided support system. But get creative and encourage young people to be innovative.
Yes, well, for an allegedly green council, Byron certainly does not walk the talk. Look at the situation with cycleways, for instance. It's a disgrace. No other word for it. The Sunshine Coast Council in Queensland they've got an excellent system of bike paths, had it for a long time. Lots of other places in Australia have got it. Byron Shire still hasn't got it. Been talking about it for years and years and years. Still hasn't happened. It came very late to the recycling, the separate bins for recycling. That's only happened very recently. Lots of other councils in Australia have been doing that for a long time. Byron only just recently got its act together on that. So Byron Shire does not walk the talk on green and clean and recycling, and in lots of other ways too.
The backpackers in Nelson in New Zealand, and they didn't have recycling there, and we were there, had quite a few of us who were there for about a month, and had a really kind of core team where you can do kind of amazing things, and we decided, let's recycle here. And so we ended up bringing 3 shopping trolleys onto the premises and putting signs on them, glass, plastic, metals. And after a week, they were all full, and people did it. People separated, made it happen, and after that, the business did start recycling. So that's one way that we could show that people would recycle if it was available, and it ended up happening at Paradiso in Nelson.
So recycling is obviously the way to go. You know, the immediate danger is in my street. I walk around in the morning, go for a walk in the morning. There's bottles thrown around, and I kind of wonder, like, the visitors, are they doing it, or who's doing it? You know, just leaving bottles on the street, on the pavement. Quite often they're broken.
Could we possibly recycle in the construction industry? What barriers need to be broken down to make that happen? The amount of wastage is extraordinary. Using brand new furniture, which comes in with an abundance of packaging for hotels, hospitals. In massive construction sites, there is massive opportunity for recycling of clean, easy to recycle rubbish. Plastic and cardboard and packaging is immense. There's a big avenue for some really massive good to be done there. There's big overheads in distribution, in removal of rubbish. Skips are extraordinarily expensive. $400, I believe, for a modest-sized skip to fill up with plastic and cardboard can't be the most cost-effective option for a construction company. If they could recycle, perhaps it could make their life cheaper.
Or reuse, have people come in, artists, whatnot. It's probably quicker, easier to just throw it in a bin, but maybe we've got to move beyond quicker and easier to what's less wasteful, what's using less resources, what's reusable.
You've got to know what's reusable, that's for sure. I know when we were doing festivals out, big festivals like the Second Inman Festival, I was working on arts coordination there, and we had an access to a situation in Lismore which was called reverse garbage, and it was fantastic. You get the most amazing situations there with all sorts of products.
But I would suggest you go to the council and the garbage contractors and see what they can do to change attitudes.
So there's huge room for improvement in Byron Shire on all the core green issues. Let's get real. Yeah. This is Byron. After all, we have an international brand to live up to. Are we just a phony tourist town who pretends to be green and clean? Or green and clean? Or are we for real? Are we going to walk the talk? Come on, it's overdue. Let's do it.